Kennedy. Ooh, what? Window it open. Oh, thank God. Or live or direct. Reading and writing today. Class later on. So, but I'm gonna do some work with you guys, chill out with you guys, tell you a bit of how the week has started. Been a little bit, a hectic week to say the least, as I'm sure with everyone in the snow. So we don't even need to go there with that. We just can appreciate we live in Canada and all the other benefits that Canada weather has among the snow. So it's not too bad. I've been talking about it with some people and colleagues and friends and family about how it's been very many a few years since we've had such a drastic downpour. You know, for such. And I remember being a kid in the '90s, growing up. Like my parents, they used to get uh like the family size and the family amount of shovels. So we used to be shoveling the driveway all like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and it used to be really cool. So I remember doing that, and I guess when we were done shoveling, making sure that we were able to, you know, get out, or my parents were able to get the vehicle out and for them to get to work and up to school. We play in the snow and have fun, build snowmen, snow castles, get uh, either our parents or babysitters to spray water on it and turn it into like an ice sculpture, get that shit out like home alone style. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. And yeah, I'm just hoping that everyone is safe. Uh, another day sober for me, but still, I mean, accidents can happen within overall weather. So I pray everyone is safe and sober. Hey, what's going on, Sounds DJ? Hi, hi. How are you? How are you? Shout out. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be working before my class that I have later on, and I figure I'll do just a short live at 6 to 8, and maybe I'll come on after that. You guys can let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on this little bit of a spiel that I have been given. I can't say by who. How am I doing, Sound DJ? I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing? That's the real question. I'm doing fantastic. It's Tuesday, and yesterday, if you guys checked out the live there, we had like some chefing it up. We got an order came in, and it was super dope. So I was able to knock that out, and yeah, check that video out that we had for breakfast or brunch, if you will, depending on what time zone you are. We're in Canada, but I made a maple bagel with some butter toasted, with two fried eggs, some lactose cheese. You got some diced sausage in there. You got a little bit of fried crispy shallots in there. Folded and omelet and like kind of frittata closed omelet style. And then after we put some more sausages and some tasty taters. Shout out Napoleon Dynamite up in the air fryer. And yeah, I made a little bit of ketchup hot dogs. But you guys can all see that in the last video. But anyway, I hope you all are doing good. I'm doing amazing. Thank you guys for being here. It's going to be another acapella one just because I don't got my other sources of sound and audio, but that's all good. I got all the narration that I know I need, and typically why I end up finding a lot of creative energy to both exhaust, to need to exhaust and to want to exhaust. I think you gotta have both of those. So either on stage or on camera, and I've done both. Fortunately, through my life, about Victoria, and even before that in high school, I've done other things related to like, I guess, yeah. So this is all like fun and like joke to me, but at the end of the day, it's still something that's healthy, therapeutic, pretty safe and guys can dig that, definitely tap your screen. Definitely hit that like and subscribe because I'm almost coming up on 200 subscribers. Can you dig it? Yeah, through God's grace. Well, yeah. So I'm excited about that, and I put myself even like a sheet as like a goal check. So I put literally I before I got this, I put like get to 500 subscribers by summer. I have faith in both myself, my capabilities, and yeah, just the utmost faith in God. And so we're gonna get there one day at a time, one follower at a time. We're gonna shout everyone out like a real uplifted uh day and age for me, but also like the direction that I choose to like conduct this type of platform. I want it to be as inviting and as safe for people because I know people are going through it, whether it's like family struggles or like addiction. What's going on, car guy? What's going on, Leva? What's going on? What's going on? OMG, OMG. Appreciate you guys, of course. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate yourselves. Like shout yourselves out for a second, because like I'm a big shout out guy. Even when I'm like playing basketball or cooking, I try to add some sort of levity or comedy, and I just appreciate you guys literally just coming through and digging what I got. So call it a goal check. Like I'm sure I can dig all this. That's what's up. 4 hearts for you, 4 hearts for me. That's all love. One love for all you guys. 100%. So take 5 seconds and list the goal or goals in your head. Focus on your thoughts and self talk. It literally makes me feel like I'm king of the hill right now. If y'all can dig it in the comments, it's king of the hill. Shout that out. That's a joke show. Watching live stream from Mars, that is what's up, yo. If you are on Mars, I am on Nebula. I am like the Black Silver Surfer, just cosmosing up on the bitch, and I can dig it. So appreciate y'all. What's up? Are you okay? 100%. 100%. I'm 15 months sober from alcohol. I'm working 2 hard jobs and I love it. I'm thankful for my life. I'm thankful for you guys for being here. I'm thankful for you asking. So I hope you're doing okay. I'm doing super great. Car guy, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And yeah, Lisa, even just asking, like that's what I'm talking about. We gotta get more, we gotta start normalizing what you just did. Like, are you okay? That's a healthy thing to even ask, you know what I mean? So if you guys can dig that, shout Lila out in the comments, get friendly with each other because like we're gonna shout it out for probably like the next hour or maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes, depending on how long you guys want to rock. Like as I said, I can come back on pretty much after 8 o'clock or like before if the class finishes, and let's get into it. So second, focus on your thoughts or self-talk. I like that because we all have an internal monologue and we know what that is. It's basically the voice in your head that is your voice, but when your mouth is closed, it can take that. So stop and take a look at what you're doing. I think that's pretty easy, but especially when you get like into the super high level processing and or when you're trying to deal with like another type of emotion. I think this is very key. Decide whether this action, behavior, or reaction will help you get closer to your goal or will it actually take you away from your goal. I am synonymous with making this stupid mistake many times. And a lot of times you don't even see it. So it could be an action, a behavior, something that you could be unbeknownst to you, so to speak. And yeah, this is like a really like again the fourth tip down, and it's already making sense, right? Like I'm already just here on the page, and that's how much more we got to go on a couple more pages. That's good shit. Good shit. All right. This skill will give you the chance to change your thoughts and actions so you stay on track with your goals. I can dig it. All right. So ask yourself number one, what do I want or what am I willing to accept from this situation? Very key. So I think in any or no, let's stay solely on the topic of YouTube because this is all development. All right. So what do I want? I want, because again, it's not a need, a want, or I aspire. I like using the word aspire. I aspire to grow a YouTube audience. And I aspire to use the platforms that I am gaining to bring a call to action, positive mental health awareness, sobriety, and a lot of just honestly real life struggles. I think I'm still trying to find that out myself, right? We all must reflect on what we've done in the past. Just take a deep breath, then reflect on your own self love. Yourself, never give up. I gotta go. Have a good one. Ah, man, I appreciate that, car guy. That's amazing love. I appreciate that very, very much. That is some deep, methodical pimping shit right there. So definitely shout out car guy. He's here with us in spirit, and man, yeah, I, you guys are making my day. I was already having a pretty good day, even though it started kind of like bumpy. But man, that's how you guys bounce. You bounce around in life, and then you bounce back. Yo, that's good shit. I am very very happy for that. Thank you. All right. So, are my thoughts, actions, behaviors, or reactions going to help me reach my goal or take me away from my goal? Very key. Number three, am I thinking or behaving according to my goal? Are my actions in line with my goal? So this is something that I'm I've not struggled in past. It's all for me timing. But because I keep using that as an excuse in past when it comes to YouTube, I just have to literally put the whole entire focus on it now because if I don't have time, I have to make time then, right? And make it in the most positive way and don't complain about it. And when you do complain about it, find jokes and levity. So I think I'm getting to grow into a healthy balance. Like so far, it's almost coming up on a month, but 'cause I haven't even got through January, and like, I've done more than just on a per week basis, at least two lives, and then at least three or four reels. So, and I'm doing them both here and on like sharing them towards my other social media like Instagram and Facebook and stuff. So if you guys don't like prefer this platform of like type of communication, I have like photography and things of this nature that you guys can see all the time by just following different ones, right? Like look at that beautiful picture. That's some shit, right? Yeah. And I can tell you different stories about like all the photography that I've done and the emotions that I had, the thought process, technical side of things. If you guys want to dig into that, again, as you guys can see, we are in the legitimate black bat cave slash Reebok repping Oasis, and there's an extensive amount of Reebok related things up in this joint. So, of course, that's kind of how I started with photography going back so many years. It's just taking pictures of all of the massive amounts of shoes that I started to gain. And a lot of that really before having a camera or any tools, real like powerful tools to like grow the medium or the storytelling per se, i.e., the picture that you guys see behind me. um, I was able to do with just like, cell phone. I never had the best cell phone always, but I, earned and grew and was able to find the things that I like in terms of technicality when it comes to achieving a certain shot. Because there's a lot of people who don't move at a fast enough pace versus some that prefer to. And it's all again subjective preference. Like I love art and lots of different ways. I think as you guys can see over the channel, and I think if you're not doing that enough, you should really more so look to invest in yourself and invest back into the things that honestly you were doing as a kid. 'Cause those were the things that you were using your imagination like quite intimately, and it was solely actually a focus of just your own happiness until you were introduced to the outside environment, like family and like, overall care for other human beings outside your home. So I'm having fun with that, and yeah, as I said, fingers all over. I'm like waiting. I've done some reels and stuff. Check those out, but some of the and I also like I want to have more photography and more of my artwork around my spaces. So I don't have to not just look at bare walls, right? I think it's just my own art style. Like I have a deep freezer that literally has, excuse me, stickers all over the entire like front facing, this side facing, the back side facing, the left side facing, and the top, and then like the rails and stuff. And I've always been into that style. I think that goes back to like skateboard culture and snowboard culture, like BMX bike culture, that type of stuff. I was super into that car culture, vinyls and graphic arts and you can see it, graphic tees and all that stuff. So just really start to learn what you like. Like I know someone who is like famously like probably when it comes to cheetah print and all things cheetah, I have never in my life experienced nor met nor seen outside of the Cheetah Girls movie, which was a movie. And yeah, it was a good time, but man, this this person, she is like not just special, but special with it when it comes to cheetah print. So you guys dig cheetah print or dig any kind of print? Like remember, I got like the break, the bakes, and all the other kind of like sneaker collabs and stuff. And even though some people don't like this shoe, I love this shoe. This is an excellent shoe. Also an excellent picture of it, in my opinion. I wouldn't have put it in the frame if I didn't think it was lame, or if I thought it was lame. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? All right, so back to this. Uh, it's almost like reading a fucking script. But yeah, soon enough, yo, soon enough. I bet you by the end of this year, a script's gonna be in my hand, not the other way around. Like, trust me, trust me. Too much comedy, man. Before my lifetime, at least. Like, I'm investing in myself, and as I said, writing a lot more. So I definitely will be writing a form of literature, whether it's in a book or a memoir or some form of literature. But yeah, I feel like everyone's got a lot to say. And outside of the fact that one of my deepest passions, photography, is the photojournalism side of things and like interviewing you guys. I obviously have my own stories to tell based off of the experiences and the lives that I'm surrounded with and myself. So I am very excited, or I get excited when I get into very creative, uh, energetic moments. Like especially in the wintertime too. Like I don't know if you guys are like me and you don't like the cold. I love the benefits of Canada, but I've been born here and I don't like the fucking cold. So like I paddleboard, but I my black ass has a motherfucking wetsuit out there and like I'm looking like damn literal Frozone, like just digging it along. So if you guys can dig that, you just have to make it habitable. And not just that, if you're sharing, if you want to share with somebody, make it cohabitable, right? Don't make the center of your own universe difficult to then actually come outside of it and then be not work not easy to be worked with or workable. I don't know. However you guys interpret that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, so I think this next part is supposed to be trying to see if I printed it and put it in the right stack. I'm not exactly sure. But and also water break, my home boys and home at water break. I just also need to lip gloss because it's reading like a motherfucker. And pasties on them. Yeah. Back in the day when people used to call them pasties. Probably still do. Shout out my cousin Dylan. Yeah, shout out my cousin Dylan and the whole Jackson family. He's got the very honorable, esteemed presence of him on the phone the other day or last night, and hadn't spoken to him and his family for a little bit. I haven't seen his mom, but their mom, that's the family mom, the family dad, my uncle, in quite some time. Uh, pray about them all the time. I grew up spending a lot of weekends, summers, uh, and good, very great memories. Nothing but utmost love and respect for these guys. Again, get from not only my family, but they've raised me, and as much as family can be tough, uh, I am tougher and life's tougher, so to speak. And I think I always try to live now by that standard. But yeah, sometimes life can be a real, bitch, and it's not fun. So just gotta make it fun, make it funny, and try. I know everyone out here is trying. I know everyone that's going to be viewing this is like someone who just tries hard, not a try hard, but people who genuinely and unconditionally try hard. So I appreciate that. That's what I'm trying to go through in my new season of growth. And yeah, that's what it's all about. So, life area tip, use point form, detailed and specific. Relationship, name important people you want in your future. Select a goal you are willing to work on for this relationship. And like they have examples here, so I'll go through the examples and I guess I'll read the first one because I didn't put it, it put itself there, or it was already there. So it's a rubric, like the rubric. Oh, sorry, the rubric. School rubric. I also love that word. I don't know why. Coming out of high school, I just started growing to love that word and also the meaning of what it is. So rubric. Anyways, so number one, mother, and definitely so because I've very through God's grace been reconnecting with a lot of people that I've had a lot of ups and downs with, and my mother is one of them. My father is another one, and yeah, I just don't want to leave it to like when people are gone, especially even myself. Jenna Ortega, what's going on? Yo, how you doing? What's up? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. All right, so yeah, I guess I'll just read all of the columns, and then we can go through each of the subsections, so to speak. All right, my goal or goals for this life area, and then in brackets, what do I want? What do I want this area to look like? What am I trying to accomplish? Name the step by step instructions to reaching this goal. What might get in my way of reaching this goal? And in brackets, foreseeable obstacles interrupting the goal path. What does my blank blank get in the way of my goals? Why and how? And I'll let you guys subvert the blank and blank. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. But yeah, I'll leave that just for you guys. And I can drop this off at school. You already know. Tear that sucker up. That's some piece John with this. Great man. Great man. Can you dig it? All right. There. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. What will I do to blank blank my blank or blank or other obstacles that may interrupt the goal process? And again, subvert your own blanks. Completely fine. I just have to, for confidentiality purposes, I can't say everything right, out of context or in context, whatever. It's all good. It's jokes that I am taking seriously, by the way. Okay, so yeah. So the first one is mother, and then the next one says example: call slash visit mom. Name the step-by-step instructions. Set aside time. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Number one, I like my weekends to relax, and my mom isn't always easy to talk to. Bracket, my mood. Number two, she doesn't listen when I talk. I may not handle that for 2 hours. Ah, I like that part. Number three, work slash family obligations. And then the next one says, yes, because she and what? Because she and I don't always get along. Sometimes she asks too many questions and it ends in an argument. Yes, if I'm angry at something else, I won't be in a good mood to take. Okay. And then the last one says, give yourselves an out. Tuesdays slash Saturdays, text first, pick a day of the week. Fair enough. Fair enough. I dig it. These are all the same things. Yeah. Okay, all right. So I would surmise by this, and my apologies because I did not write those answers. They're like examples, so I don't think it would be that literate. Uh, I surmise for me, my goals. It was me saying my mother in this scenario. For this life area, what do I want this area to look like? What am I trying to accomplish? So I feel, and this has nothing to do with my mother's injury, and who's saying hello? Yo, Ray, what's going on? Your room looks cool. Yo, I appreciate that because you're in the freaking the black bat cave. This is some black dynamite shit, right? But I appreciate that. Appreciate you. Also, again, I got sneakers galore. So if you guys want to see some sneakers or some other funky shit, I got a one wheel. I got all this kind of cool stuff. Don't be shy. Just feel free. Feel free to ask, and I shall show. I feel like I have a lot of hobbies. Like people tell me, seemingly I have a lot of hobbies, and I don't even know. Like I'm looking at VHS, like old school VHS Disney, like with tapes and all this stuff, like collectibles, and yeah, like I think I like collectibles, so to speak. Uh, yeah, with the sneakers and stuff, that's a given. I love comics. I love art. I draw. I read, I write at a very, I would like to believe, my own accelerated pace. I'm not saying I'm better or lesser than anyone else, but yeah, I feel very creative, and I've always been like that. Like I think one of the most enjoyable first kind of like free time play scenarios was like when my I should say, my our siblings and I, um, our first babysitter, shout out Mary Puttycombe. I still hope that she's of the living, and I wish her nothing and her family nothing but the best. Uh, yeah, Sound the DJ. What's going on? What's going on again? Um, but yeah, she used to like give us segments of time because like we would be with her depending on if we didn't have school, like with her the full day. So one of the times was literally like arts and crafts, and it was literally like it felt like 20 minutes, but it was probably feeling like an hour in terms of kid time. But she would like open up like closets that seemingly was taller than this, and the ceilings here are like I want to say 9 to 10 feet, and yeah, there were just like crazy amounts of like supplies and arts and crafts stuff, and like I was at a young age where like that was amazing, but that was kind of like the gold rush feeling that you find as an adult trying to like go and surf the web for your new Yeezys and stuff, so to speak. And it was just honestly so fun because my sisters really wanted to have their own time to themselves because all of my sisters are 1 year older than myself and each other sequentially. So they all didn't really want to hang around with their brother. And when it came to art, we could still always like be in the same proximity, but then like have a level of independence. And a lot of it was just on the floor of like this, literally, with a pen and a pencil or a crayon or a marker or paint or glitter paint. It really didn't matter. Like you guys remember fucking gel pens, right? Like gel pens were the damn shit. I remember my black broke ass. We used to like either try to steal them from people at school and or my sister because yeah, it was I guess still tacky for like yeah, I guess males to be creative, but like want to add flair to stuff. At least to me. So shout out all the people that are doing creative shit and just enjoying it. Because if you got something creative that you're doing, I implore you to show it to not just me, show it to the world, show it to your family, show it to your mom, your dad, person you believe in, versus the people that you don't believe in. Show your art off. 'Cause we all work too many corporate jobs, yo, and we're turning into corporate damn snails. So we gotta wake up. Can you dig it? All right. So yeah, going back to this, I'm very proud of my mom. I was saying this the other day. Uh, Proud of my mom because there have been a lot of bumps between myself and her in terms of communication. That was truly probably one of the first solid things that we had, and for whatever reason, fate, destiny, the past, we're moving past these things, but for whatever the case between myself and her in our lives, just always had very big waves instead of just ripples. Uh, both of our boats or paddleboards or surfboards, whatever you want to view it as, they're not just shake and jostle, but like sometimes it's like throwing out the other stratosphere. And I apologize for the hardship of having to rear me as a child or attempt to. And yeah, just not also being a very good son at times because I know I can be difficult to be around or I can be difficult to love, but I'm working on it. So I think we all deserve a little bit more forgiveness and we all deserve a little bit more self love. So I'll leave it at that. And I just yeah, I want to build with the time that I do have because like I still aspire to be a husband, a father, all of these great many things that are in my head. And even if I can't achieve them, I don't want to leave my parents or have them leave me at this earth uh, on bad terms. Right? Like that's not how you do shit. That's for the weak motherfuckers, yo, and people that just don't give a damn truly. So I know what it's like to burn bridges. I've seen fucking flames engulfing, not just by my own actions, but like my parents. And that's why I think I'm at an age. I've been at an age very high level alertness and uh, many other mental health issues, in which one could surmise that I was from the mutant universe. Let's call it that. X-Men, Fantastic Four, whatever you call it. I prefer Fantastic Four because I love Johnny Storm. Shout out the Human Torch. Can you dig it? But yeah, working on that with her in the time that we have, um, trying to hopefully see her become a grandmother, grandparent, so you my future children. That would be amazing. I think honestly enjoying the time that I do have with her because she still is a very active woman, a busy woman. Like she's not going anywhere. And I pray. And same thing as my father. Like they're very active, even though they're in their 60s. And they've always been active through God's grace. So I'm gonna keep on praying for that and a little bit more time with them. As they get older, I try to take more pictures, or I want to, even though I haven't in the past, because I haven't always felt that creative or emotionally inclined and invested. But I'm trying to push away the negatives, or sorry, the few negatives that are even present when that even thought or idea comes up because they're not there. They're simply in the past. So working past and through traumas, uh, hit those breakthroughs. That's always reassuring because I've done it many times in my life. So I just always try to keep my head up, pointed up, uh, my hands on, belt on, and just try to thug that shit out, man. Thug that shit out, so to speak. All right. Um, step-by-step instructions for me to achieve this goal, I find, is just both coming in to it phase sober, more than anything. Uh, if I'm really being honest, I would say mm, start with a positive or an affirmative versus a negatory. And I feel like my mom and I know each other very well because obviously I'm a gay person. Yeah, I looked up to her for many years in other ways, in many ways. Uh, hmm, I think, yeah, just being extremely kind and present with my mom, not just my mother, but a mother and a woman, a grandmother, many things. Like, I think we all reflect on our relationships that we have them with our mom, and I'm trying to work on them the best that I can. So I think that would be the biggest step by step by process. And I've done it in past, but I was sober, this sober, I would say, and I would say of this right mind and spiritual inclination, so to speak. Uh, I love that phrase. I guess that's gonna be the phrase of the fucking day today. So I've been noticing, looking at the playback. I also say like too much. I'm working on that. It's like my high school teachers and my creative English teachers and all those people would be rolling over, not in their graves, but rolling over, because a lot of them are still here, and thankfully still do teaching, I should say. But if they're not, most of them are retired. But shout out to all those teachers in Northview, man, because I'm telling you, I would not be this literate or felt to continue to pursue diction and the dictionary and the sources without that school and the teachers in it. So shout out Madison Finch. I said it earlier, like I was a valedictorian, if you guys can believe. Despite the on paper, if you can believe, I have been suspended from like elementary school going back. It was like JK to like junior kindergarten to the time I graduated high school, I should say. I've been suspended 34 fucking times, yo. That's insane. And I'm thankful that yes, that number did not is not higher, nor was I expelled. I don't know why. Through God's grace again, not mine. But I learned a lot of lessons. One of the other day, one of my close friends actually, when we were reflecting, when I had brought it up, uh, saying like it was more like why I was asking theoretically, and also just kind of reflecting like how come I didn't do better in my academics? Because like I feel very academically inclined now, or I have interest in a lot of things that I pursue that just seemingly have like risen or arose or uh, really added great value to my intellect. And I appreciate all of these lessons and the things that I do learn from, I guess, knowledge and reading and watching and learning. But I'm like super fascinated now with that whole student kind of mentality. I got it when I was thankfully on the verge of probably being expelled from North. And yeah, had not been with the few supporters that I did have, 'cause again, I was even as a student burning bridges, if you can believe. Like, uh, I'll save those stories and moments for like when I have more guests, special guests on. It's always a treat to be able to reflect and share the story with someone else, perspective wise. But I should also honestly check the time. We're coming up on just about an hour. I think we have another little bit more, 5:15, and we're feeling good. So I have 45 minutes until my class, but I could probably take another maybe 15 minutes with you guys. I think that will be solid, and then I will just tidy up and prepare for my class because I am again taking this very seriously. I was doing this kind of narration style, and I sent my teacher or the coordinator of the class like an email, just kind of thanking her because I don't know why, but it just seemed, and I'm telling you, I'm not trying to do anything other than just pass the course. I'm being friendly, I'm being kind, but a lot of it is centered around like real life lived in experiences and like being outspoken. So like because even when COVID happened, like people struggled to have the whole being in front online on a camera because it's like I don't know, subconsciously people in cameras, even though they have fucking camera phones, they shut down or shut off or run away. And like I have not had those options from a very young age when it came to either a camera and or my life on the line. So I just honestly get in the character or just be myself, whichever one of that particular day I feel like I'm going with or emotionally, right? Or on a comedic level and make it work. Like I'm looking to I'm looking so forward to these classes because like I'm glad that they're spaced out a week apart. Summarily, like when I first started in sober side and like doing the sobriety meetings because they were all online, but they people are from across the globe, so you get to really learn some perspectives, different ages of like different people, mean different experiences, like overall, like on a worldly level, not just like do I know how to stack Legos versus teenage teenage experiences versus in your 30s or in your 40s or 50s, like all that stuff because of my life and the kind of things that I've experienced, I find high level fascination. And also, same thing, like if you think I'm someone to listen to, like go and listen to someone else because I typically love to listen to other people. So you can imagine, I guess maybe that's why I also get a lot of my addiction from. It's like hearing a lot of other people that use high level uh, communication skills in whatever ways they can. It's not just simply English, like high level sign language, high level whatever it is language that it is that you do speak. Like, like I want to respect everyone's mother tongue, because outside of English and like some quasi ebonics that I literally make up, I only know the things that I'm saying. So it's all love, it's all blessings. Yeah, I had like a really, really great live, short, short but sweet, and I'm always going to be looking forward to, as I said, coming on here with some utmost positivity. I'm not going to come on here. Maybe if I'm feeling down, I might be doing something that's more with ASMR in the background. So you guys will probably pick on that, but I'm never going to use this platform for anything other than positive. That's really what I have invested all of this time and your guys' time and I'm asking for your time all the time. It's all positivity. We have to be positive, and I have to be positive. I have to also lead by example. And whether I like it or want to or find myself in certain circumstance, but then I'm asking for another thing for another, but I'm not getting it, I have to lead by example. That's what it is at the end of the day. I think every young person, man, women in between, they gotta lead by example and set a certain standard and if you're not setting what you feel is the right standard, uh, I'm sure the people around you are going to be telling you, and if you don't care, that's the next discussion entirely. I know what that's about too. So appreciate you guys. Honestly, it was like a pretty great live. I said I'm in class, and once I come off this uh, final kind of closing moments of the sesh, I'm just gonna tidy up and then re-situate myself so I'm in a spot where I can actually write and use my utensils. I brought out a pen, but I didn't even realize that. I thought that this was more like question and answer when I first printed the page. I didn't really look at the email, but when we were in our last meeting, we were speaking very briefly about it because, like, again, I all confidentiality is excluded in this because I won't say any names or what's going on. But it ended up becoming just so free flowing. And even though there's structure that we need to get through, a lot of times it's like as soon as you get through a one through icebreaker or like out because, yo, they are literally like, I wrote it down in my notes. Yeah, I can read you this part because, again, these are pop culture references. I love pop culture references. But yeah, so this coordinator to me, I would say middle age, and that's it, and a blank, but that's it. Uh, Master Jedi, Master Chief, Master Roshi. So I hope one day that she actually sees not just this video and this clip, but she sees my channel because I think that she's honestly a really fabulous person. The community that she's a part of is literally saving lives on a daily, and when they're not working, they're working. I'm telling you, it reminds me. I don't want to say a lot about myself, but a lot of the aspirations that I felt doing call to action type of things. And going back is high school, which the high school that I came out of, right? Not the one I went into, but the one that I came out of. That one, it probably saved my life even there. So I take all of this seriously, and I want to give back so much. And a lot of it is instead time. And beginning of all this, just if you don't have time, make motherfucking time. If you got all this family shit, you got dogs and shit and everything, bring them on with you. If they can't come with you because of whatever, then find a way to bring it to you, right? Like, I'm gonna try to bridge the frigging gap. That's my job, and whether or not I'm able-bodied and I'm able-minded, I gotta look at it positive first, affirmative, affirmative, as opposed to negatory. That's like fucking Decepticon shit. Yo, you don't want no damn Decepticons on your ass. But yeah, I've had a really, really great session with you guys. Still looking forward to you guys again checking out maybe the bell notifications and or even pressing that like and subscribe because I'm gonna keep on coming at you guys. Pause, but I'm gonna keep on keeping on when it comes to providing the content. That's what I mean. So it's all love, it's all jokes, it's all another day safe, another day sober. A lot of positive affirmations. Man. Why we did get like a good amount of views, and I'm pretty happy at the cruise. Right, like it's like you never get too high, never get too low with this stuff for me, because I know everyone, whether it's just one person here or it's a friggin' thousand or it's a billion. I still gotta be me, and I gotta wake up in the I gotta wake up in the morning, and I gotta put myself to bed at the end of the night. I gotta be happy with the person that I am or who I'm becoming. And very grateful for the people that are around me. Shout out CC, that's the main one right there, big time right there. And shout out my family. Shout out your family. Like these are people that genuinely care, even if you have to go through painful processes. All right. No pain, no gain, right? So keep on trying to like get into some poetry and some diggery, like shit like that, because Alice wouldn't have found her way out of Wonderland had she not gone down the rabbit hole. Any dig, right? That's how it is for me. I'm literally on that type of path. I know who I am, I know who I gotta be, and I know what I gotta do. And that's it. That's it. That's some cold-blooded Matrix resurrection shit. As much as haters hate on that damn movie, I just I find a lot of profound awakenings in that movie. So definitely shout out if you are planning to watch something over the weekend coming up and you want to stay safe and sober. Maybe it does have some trigger warnings. I would say watch it with a friend, watch it with a buddy. But yeah, maybe watch the whole Matrix like trilogy or quadrilogy, whatever you want to call it. Shit, watch them all. Watch them all. Watch some Keanu Reeves. Like yeah, Keanu is like the man. Also, a man that has a Canadian plan. Dang, ain't, ain't that a mother shut your mouth? Holy crap! That's what's up. I appreciate you guys, man. And today was even also a cappella again. So the fact that you guys have been vibing, cruising, like roll one up, light one up, and keep on rolling. That's the shit, right? That is the shit. Appreciate y'all guys. And that's some real Taylor gang. Shout out Wiz, shout out Burner, shout out Cos. Oh man, shout out Low. Yo, shouting out everyone, even the top. Right again, shout out the whole Jackson family, right? Shout out all my people. Shout out the city of Toronto. Shout out Humber College. There's an angel, there's a work angel. You know who she is. Shout her out. Nicole. Yo, shout out all my people. Shout out King. Shout out Bernardo. You guys are working hard. Appreciate those guys, man. I've seen a lot of people grow and just coming up on now like a year being at both of these places. And whew, I can't even continue to go on 'cause there's just so many names that like I deserve that credit and like devotion of my poetic flowers. Yeah, I'm glad I get to run into them every day or every shift that I have, or hopefully, or I get to see them at least once a week or once a month. You gotta appreciate the people that you have in your life, right? And, that's that's a real fact, man. Even if you, even if you, let's say after this live, you pick up the phone, call some of your homies or call some of your girls that you ain't talked to in a while, whether they sound crazy because they ain't heard your voice, just ain't joke. Tell them it's all love. Tell them you miss the old days. Tell them create the good ways, and they'll know that you have good. Right? We all live in a world where like it's not just Toronto, not the Toronto man, or it's not fucking Florida man, but we all think that the man is coming out to get us, and to stop all that, we gotta unify, right? Rastafari, that's the good shit. So that's what I'm gonna keep on keeping on with, and yeah, I think that's a wrap. All right, guys. So that's me, Tristan Kennedy, underadulterated. I'm out this mother. Shut your mouth. And time to get to dropping the knowledge on these colleges. Ready, bitch? All right, Taylor. Yeah. Ugh, feel good. This is your captain, T-Can speaking. I want to thank everyone for tuning in on their safe flight, and I hope they tilt their seat back and put it on cruise and pivot. You will look above to your headrest and you will see your pimpin' shades. I want you to pull those down, and I'm gonna need you to put those back on Supreme. Pull that one out the ashtray. Light one up. Stay safe. Stay sober. One love. Peace.